Hi everyone, and we're gonna go um, just continue. So I have about an hour of time, so I can see how far I get. The emphasis will be on trying to make the contract rather than making it fast. It's a 3 no Trump contract. Hmm. I don't think I'm supposed to duck this, but I think the point is I can take this and then see if West plays the queen. If West doesn't play the queen, then I take and then come back with the ace. If West now plays the queen at some point, then I can duck it and hope that. Well, no, if if West does play the queen, then I'm already happy. But if West doesn't, then I need to play the king and another and hope that West has the queen third. Or Jack third and East had the queen as well. This is something that comes up from time to time, and it makes sense. The problem is that the chances of it working are relatively low. 7 clubs. I think the point of this is just you need to take the spade finance. And cashing spades from the top is not the best way. Wait, what was this? You can cash one spade. I think yeah, there's no more trumps. And now you need to take the finance. If it had been 4-3, and I guess the next hand will have a 4-3-1, then it's better to play spades from the top. Because Jack third is suddenly more likely. Basically, you're comparing the chances of Jack third in East versus Jack fourth in West and a 4-2 split. Sorry, no. What? Oh yeah, the 3-3, a specific 3-3 split is more likely than a specific 4-2 fit. 4-2 split. I can show you. Yeah. Should be cash first, yes. Okay. 6 spades. This will be a suit combination where we do have a bunch of entries, but I mean in real life I would just play the ace and another. And in this case I think it's still the best. No. Of course I can finesse, but you're gonna lose some in some hands where they have rough. So I normally I don't know what to think. Like you can overtake this and take the finesse. I know, but I'm just not convinced. Not really convinced, but it is what it is. think the ace first works against king stiff or queen stiff in west or any 2-2. Or king stiff or queen stiff onside. So I'm not really sure. I think the two lines are very close to each other. I can see what they were right, but yeah, no, I get it. No, but okay, just because I have nothing better to do, I can count this. So you have 4 cards, right? So cashing the ace loses to all 4 zeros, so that's one thing. Wins all 2-2s, so that's yeah, actually easier is just to compare to where. Well, no, I mean it is easier to just compare to the situations where I win and they win. I mean, in this case, I think the only way cashing the ace wins, where the double finesse loses, is where you have the king queen offside. As opposed to that, you win against king queen third or king queen fourth onside. So that's technically one more case, but it's a very unlikely case. So I'm not sure. Anyway, enough about me. Next deal. I can dock it once and play on diamonds. Is that the point here? Yeah, it is the point. If I hadn't docked this, then they would have beaten me. In pair, sometimes you don't need to. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, just a joke message. Don't worry about it. Very bad etiquette, but Matt and I used to play together a lot and talk a lot on BBO. Anyway. In this case, you should not duck because spades are too weak for this. So you need to assume that I can duck this one now. You need to assume that hearts are 4-3 or that somehow the entries don't work out for them. Six spades. Hmm. I think this is a safety play, and the way you play this is take this, and I can play ace of spades and the low spade to the jack. Ah, no, not even. I can just duck it. Mm. Mm-hmm. And everything is hard. Actually, ducking or not ducking, I think didn't matter. And if East had had four spades, I can still make because East will take the queen, and then I can finesse against the ten. Mm-hmm. Sorry about all the peanuts. Mm. Mm-hmm. It even works against 5-0 in East, yeah. Yeah. Next deal. Hmm. I think I know what this is. I need to dock the first strike. Because if I take it, then East can get in and play a spade through. And since I didn't take it, hmm. How does this work? Do I have enough tricks? One trick plus 4 is 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Mm. Do I need to dock this? I guess I need to dock this. West definitely doesn't have four hearts because he opened two spades. But if that's really the way you play it, then I think that level 2 is a bit underrated because you had two different things you needed to get right. I guess that's the point. The defense is left without recourse. Yeah, I love this expression. I can also duck it, I think, here, so there's no reason not to duck it, but hold up once, yeah, exactly. I know. Okay, next deal. It's gonna lose 2 spades and a diamond. There was no bidding, so I'm not quite sure who has how many points. But I think the point here is I shouldn't take the ace of, I shouldn't play the ace of hearts. I should go to dummy twice and repeat the finesse twice, because that way I can catch the queen fourth in east, which is much more likely than the stiff queen from either hand. If I had only had one, if I had only one entry to dummy, then catching the ace and then finessing would have been correct. Maybe that will be the next board. Okay, I think it's wait. Is this one of those hands that it's actually better? I think it's better to catch the ace first and then take this double finesse. Exactly. First ace. And if there's an honor, then there's an honor. And just lose one. I'll just lose one trick, and if nothing shows up, then I can play a low one from here. Exactly. And this actually works every time that it can work. So anytime except queen jack, third or fourth in east. Yeah. 12 tricks to the good guys. Now let's see where we're taking next. We'll try to finish Series A. Six hearts. I wonder if the point is you can draw a trump and play ace queen of diamonds, discarding a spade even if east plays the queen. I think that's the point. If that's not the point, then yeah, whatever. Even if it's not, then pretty sure they're out of trumps, but You never know. Actually, East. If East plays the king, then I can also ruff. It doesn't matter. The only thing I shouldn't do is take the normal finesse because it actually doesn't help. Hmm. King of diamonds, okay. West open 2 diamonds. Meaning that a ruff in north is not possible. Well, I could only make it if East has 2 spades, but it seems like a slim chance. Clubs 3-3. That's the other thing I can play for. Don't know. Not really convinced, but I guess just playing for clubs to beat 4-4, 3-3, because I can't do anything very special about. So I can't really combine my chances because I won't really know that East has 2 trumps only. Well, now I know, but. Wait, did West discard on. Did West discard a club? No. So then I'm going down. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know that playing for clubs to be 3-3 is. Oh, wait, I did make it. Oh, I only needed one more trick. I'm so bad at this. Of course. Yeah, yeah. So clubs could have been also 4-2. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I've seen this hand before, but. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, there's no more trumps, so I can always just ruff. Yeah, okay, no, I just, for some reason, I was thinking of playing 7 or whatever, I don't know. 3 no trump, and I have a bunch of tricks. 8. Okay, so I guess the best way is playing on diamonds. Low to the 10 first. And if the ace had taken it, then I would have had. ninth trick, and if not, then well, the only other thing I can do to combine my chances is to catch the ace king of clubs. It doesn't quite work though, right? Because if I really catch ace king of clubs, then they can. No, it doesn't work at all. No, because they have the spades. So I just need to play the club finance. So diamonds or what? What? What's his point? Just to play on diamonds the whole time and he's will run out of spades. I don't even. I don't even know what he means, even if I see the cards. I know, but if I play this, then they just catch all the spades. It's what? Or was I supposed to play on clubs? But why? What's the difference? I don't get it. Okay, I'm just give up. What do you mean just finesse diamonds first? Oh, okay. Yeah, just finesse diamonds to low to the king. This is really dumb. Okay. Because if I do that fancy diamond finesse, then basically I'm playing west to have both the queen and the jack. Then I'm playing west to have both the queen and the jack, which is a less likely occurrence than west having just the ace. You can just play west for one specific card rather than two, and then combine with the club finance. It's a pure double finance kind of. So both of them are 50%. Playing low to the 10 works only if west is both the queen jack, and then what's going on? This is still high. Yeah, I see what's going on. Okay. So the main point is that you want two pure finesses rather than a finesse and 25%. Yeah. Okay, I need to do a bunch of finesses. Take a bunch of finesses and just like low to the king. Ace of clubs, low to the queen. And if they had been 3-2, then I could just exit a spade and the ace would be forced. But since that's not the case, then I will just do it this way. East cannot force me to rough, so East has to just give me the trick. And concede. Mm-hmm. 12 tricks. Okay, I don't quite know what's going on yet, but so I lose a heart, or maybe a heart, a diamond, and a spade. Ah, I think I know what's going on. I shouldn't take the heart finesse because I don't need. I don't need it. So otherwise, if I take the finesse, then West might be able to give East a rough. So that's why you shouldn't take it. Take the ace of hearts. Don't be a hero. And enjoy. And even now, I shouldn't take the finesse because he still has a trump and could still rough club. In pairs, you could argue that maybe all of this is a bit too much because there's no guarantee, no warranty that this club was stiff. But in teams, you should play it this way, indeed. Six hearts. Okay, this is the situation where I think the best thing to do, because this is the only entry to dummy, the best thing to do is to take the diamond finesse and not the heart finesse. The reason being, that if the diamond finesse works, so if East has the king of diamonds and the hand is over, if East has the queen of hearts and you take the heart finesse, the hand is not yet over because East might have 4 hearts to the queen. And I don't see a better way of combining any of these chances. So, of course, if East happens to have 4 hearts to the queen, the hand is not completely over because East might get a rough. However, yeah, West can't get in, so the hand is actually over. Okay, now this hand can literally not be misplayed anymore. Let's see. 10 more hands. Should work out. 7 no trump. Okay, this is this hand where actually you need to count out the hand, I'm pretty sure. So I know nothing about the hand. There's a double, whatever they're called, two-way finesse in clubs, right? You can play East for the club queen or West. We cash these diamonds, nobody shows out. Ah no, East showed out. Okay, so diamonds were 5-2. West has 5 diamonds. Five diamonds and 5 hearts. What? Really? 5 diamonds and 5 hearts. He's discarded 2 spades. So West has 5-5-1-2. So in fact, I know for a fact that East has 4 clubs. I can play a low club. to the king and then run the turn. 5-5-2-1. Okay. Yeah, it had to be a bit extreme because otherwise you can't have a mathematically certain way of playing the hand, and you need it for these problems. Well, that's not true because you had a bunch of suit combinations where you're not technically 100% sure, but there's a 100% better way of playing it, let's say. 3 no trump. I don't know. I mean, what else? Why is this level 2? You just run the queen of clubs? Ah, okay, now I know why it was level 2. Because you needed the diamond finesse as well. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, that's really dumb. Okay. Count your tricks. Count your tricks. You need, even if you take 6 club tricks, you don't have enough. So you need to be very lucky to make this hand, but in this case everything is on side. And West even covered it. It was very funny. So West covered the queen. Often people wouldn't cover, but in this case, if West doesn't cover, then I can think better of it and take the diamond finesse. So covering was the only way of beating the contract, assuming that I have perfect declare play. Nine tricks to the good guys, and 9 more boards until I am done. Huh. No, I think I know what this will be about. And this will be about finessing into the safe opponent. So we have, assuming I guess one of the minors, then I will have 5 in that, plus ace king of hearts, plus the ace in the other. West has 6 spades, so that basically means that the diamond finesse is safe. And do I still need to take the club finesse, don't I? Ah, but the point is that this way I could check both, yeah. Yeah, that's the point, yeah, so... What? Ah, I know what it was. I know what it was. I could just take the ace of clubs, and play a club. That's the point. Yeah. I could have taken the ace of clubs because if the finesse works, then yeah, I'm playing too many hands in pairs. I wouldn't have played it this way in pairs, honestly. It's just throwing away an overtrick. But technically in imps you need to take the ace of clubs in case West has the stiff king. And if East has the king, then you lost an overtrick, but he still cannot play a spade because he still doesn't have any spade. The king, yeah. Indeed, yeah. Well, that was pretty dumb. I don't know. The thing is, I'm actually going this 2 days from now. I'm going to a pair tournament, and honestly, it's a bad reflex to play the ace of clubs there. But of course, in teams, you should actually play it this way. There is still some discussion there because it's not like, so the game bonus isn't infinite, and catering to some 5% chance or something at the risk of losing an overtrick is actually not good usually. But I'm happy to admit that, yeah, playing the ace of clubs is the technically right play. Okay, this is a funny hand. And I think the point is here that I can take 2 rounds of trump before I test clubs, and sometimes there will be somebody with 4 clubs and 3 spades. And in that case, I need to play it this way. Indeed, West is out of clubs, but apparently they're also out of spades. Lucky me. And it's safer to come back with this rough. It's actually a 100% play, so I should do it. I don't know if Gib would have, the bridge master would have punished me for it, but I shouldn't check. It doesn't punish you for every single mistake you make, but I don't know if it's because of programming, like they just decided that very unlikely roughs don't happen, or it's just somebody forgot the different ways you can play it wrong. 2 no trump, 6 no trump, very nice betting. Okay. I need to take the club finesse before the heart finesse. And I had it in a previous video, yeah, these are called expats in some languages, I think also in French. But in English it would be called lobbing. Club finesse didn't work, but now I can take the heart finesse. Doesn't matter. Let's do it. 6 more. Okay, I have 6, 7. I know what this is gonna be. I shouldn't take the ace here. That's the point. I need the entry to get to. I need the ace of hearts as an entry to the diamond. So they tried their best, but in this case, I remembered not to take it. And I'm going to +2 instead of -1 or whatever that would have been. But I mean, this was pretty obvious, honestly. 3 spades. Definitely don't like 3 spades. Just bit too close with that hand, but okay, we got to the right contract. Gonna lose 2 diamonds. And the question is, should I do something very smart here in hearts, in spades? I could. I think the best way of playing this. Ah, no, it doesn't work. I was thinking of low to the ace, jack, and then take a spade finesse. But the problem is then I'm opening myself up to a club rough. So the only thing I can think of is a low to the ton. Because yeah. But that's just dumb. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I mean, of course I could have played it that way. I just don't quite buy it because I need to get to dummy first. So I don't know. I do cater to Queen Jack fourth onside. I don't know. Do you really want me to play it this way? It just seems so dodgy. No. So I just play it completely normally. Ah no, I'm sorry. No, no, that's what I was trying to do. I forgot what my plan was. Low to the ace, isn't it? Or what did I do? Yeah, so now it worked, but I don't know if this is really the better way. Because that club rough, isn't that scary? I don't know, maybe it's just less likely. Yeah, I know I wouldn't be comfortable, but like I wouldn't be comfortable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. But then they will say that the probability, yeah, not as good as that. But I don't know. I think it's close. I don't really care. Five spades. It's awesome bidding. Check out this bidding. Just 5 spades. Ah, North was already. Yeah, North already forced the game. So. Okay. So I'm fine with almost anything. Oh, I think I know this one. I think I've seen this hand. The best way of playing this is playing the Jack of Spades on trick 2. Because that way, if I get put into dummy, let's say if I had played Ace King of Spades and then the Jack of Spades or something, if spades are 4-1 and they play a heart or a diamond, I would be in trouble now. But they didn't. So I didn't do that. So now I can just draw trump and I'm fine. I don't know if I would have found this on the table. And again, in pairs, I'm not sure if this is the right way of playing it. But we're not in playing pairs. We're trying to make our contract. And I should mention that we're in slam. So in slam, even if you're playing pairs, if you suspect that you're in a thin slam, which in this case you're not, but whatever, then you might be able to you might want to just go for the safest line rather than going for over tricks. Yes. Okay, 3 more boards. 3 no trump. One of those ugly hands where I'm not quite sure what you want to do. If clubs come home, then that would be 5 plus 4 is 9. Well, if I play the queen, then East would take the king and play a spade through. So that's out. And in that case, yeah, just take the finesse this way. And West countered me. And now I have enough time to set up diamonds. Set up 1 trick in diamonds. Can even take this finesse. Can't hurt. Two more boards. And then I'm off to the chess club. Is the point here that I can make it on clubs or diamonds? But that's not true, right? I have... But then what's the point of this hand? If the diamond's onside, then I make. If... is the point that it's better to play low to the 10 and then repeat, because low to the 10 picks up king, stiff king onside. I think that's the point here. And king 4th onside you cannot pick up. Yep, low to the 10 first. It's a good thing to remember. I don't always remember at the table, but yeah. Exactly. Yeah, the stiff king is the point, and now they didn't have the stiff king because then the hand becomes boring. So then they put some more diamonds next to it. Okay, last time I may. Oh yeah. Okay, no. And now the point is that if East has the 9 or the 8 stiff, then I can pick it up. Yeah, that's the point. I remember. I kind of remember these boards as well. So you have the 9, the 7, and the 6. So the stiff king is one thing, but the stiff 9 or 8 in East that's those are two things. So there are two combinations. And now it was the stiff 8, I guess. Yeah. Oh, these are so cool, these hands, and the problem is that it's just so much more rewarding playing them than real bridge, because in real bridge, even if you know for a fact what the right line is, you don't always get rewarded, and often you don't even know whether or not you played it well. Okay. So next deal would be already in B? Okay, just one more, whatever. And then I need to leave because it's getting late. Jack of Hearts led. Another one of these where you need to know what's more likely. So we're gonna cross the dummy. Now the question is, should I play the queen or should I play low? If I play the queen, I play west for stiff 10. If I play low, I play east for the stiff king. However, there's also the possibility of east having king 10 low, and if I play low to the jack, then the king 10 will take a trick. So that's why playing the queen is better. Yeah, I can repeat the finesse, or I don't know if it's called repeating because now I'm finessing against the 10 rather than the king. So I guess it's not a repeat, it's mutation or something. Anyway. Okay, one more after this. This is a bit easier than the other one, I guess. Okay. Last board. Seven no trump. It's a nice one. Okay, this is an easy one. And they're just testing whether or not you know that the one finesse is more likely. So the hard finesse is more likely than spades behaving. Normally you would be able to test both, but in this case there are no more entries to dummy, so I need to take the ace king of diamonds, take the hard finesse, and hope for the best. So finesse is 50%, and a 3-3 split is 36%. 35.8 if I'm not mistaken. 36, 48, 12 and 4 or something like that. The point being that it's definitely lower than 50. The other thing that you need to remember is that while a 3-3, so 3-3 overall is less likely than 4-2 overall. Yeah, exactly. In real life, spades would have been 3-3 and heart off. But yeah, this is not real life. This is Bridge Master, so that's the beauty of Bridge Master. You always get rewarded, even if you take a finesse on trick 2 in 7-0 trump. Of course, you have also some situations where if you take a finesse too early, then actually Bridge Master messes up the deal because you were not supposed to take the finesse so early. You're supposed to try some other chances. But this is not one of those hands. It was a carefully constructed situation where you cannot test. Just to finish what I was trying to say, and I forgot, is that 4-2 overall 4-2 is 48%, but then that means that for one specific 4-2, so one specific opponent having 4 is then 24%. So if you know for a fact that the other one cannot have it or whatever, then that's what you need to know. And also any specific 4-2 break, so if you just say 7-6-5 whatever, so like one specific layout is also slightly less likely than a 3-3. But that difference is very low. I think it's like 1.2% versus 1.0%, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, so this was level 2, half of level 2, and I will probably come back later tonight and maybe go on to finish level 2. And up until now, I'm like this huge genius guy, but I expect already making some. I expect I will make some mistakes later, level 3 or maybe level 4. Definitely, even if I remember them. But for now, I'm still more or less undefeated. I made a few mistakes, but they can be disregarded. Anyway, see you around. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.